12.5 to about a 3-foot ladder. You could keep it indoors. I love it. That's coming up in just a bit. But we want to get to that point. You know, we are still in August. We still have a few months left where we're going to be washing the cars. Actually, we do that all year. Maybe we're going to be watering some of our plants. We need a really good garden hose. Well, we have had a hard time getting this back in. We just got it in earlier in the week. And guess what? I have the 125. That is hands down the most popular garden hose that we've ever carried here. This is called Lite. Let me tell you a little bit about it. First of all, it is virtually indestructible, all right? It has a 304 stainless steel cover that is impervious to punctures. You can't tie it in a knot. It will not bend or kink, so you will never have an interrupted flow of water. It has a PVC liner on the inside, which is flexible, but then you have that exterior, which protects that hose. Like you're gonna break a pair of clippers there. Can't hurt it, can't bust it. We have 3 sizes available: 75, 100, and 125. Remember one thing, if you buy the 75, you cannot make it any shorter. So if you are concerned about the size, get the bigger one. You can always make that one shorter if you need to. And by the way, these are the 3 hoses. That is 125 feet of hose right there. Look at how much space it takes up. Practically nothing, right? And remember, with this hose, I can tie this hose in a knot, right? Let me show you, just like this. It'll never kink. It is impossible for this to kink, and I can tie it in knot after knot after knot. You cannot do that with a regular hose. It will never bend and stop the flow. I can squeeze that as hard as I want. It is never gonna bend, so you will never have that issue with the hose under the car tire, around the corner of the house. The water stops, you gotta shake the hose, very frustrating, and it takes up a fraction of the space when you store it. The 125 will sell out first. Already the most popular, 095072, Lorna Coe standing by on Skype, and she's gonna tell you this, Lorna, this is the hose of all hoses. It really is.
Oh, Guy, it is back after selling out earlier in the year.
Yeah.
This is Belmont Garden's lightest, easiest to use hose ever, and there's a reason it's sold out. First of all, you may remember the old style rubber hoses. Now, first of all, they weigh a ton, and they are really difficult to put onto a reel and even use. I've got some here. They get tangled, they get kinked, they get very hot in the sun, as doesn't. And once they get a split or a crack or a kink, they are useless. They are ruined. But with Belmont Garden, we've got 304 grade stainless steel. This is puncture-proof, tear-proof, corrosion-resistant, rust-resistant, stays cooler to the touch in the sun because the UV rays bounce off it. Our one is patented. It won't come off at the spigot. You get a fireman twist-on, twist-off nozzle, all the way to a jet spray. But do you want to see something really incredible? I've got the brand new 125 here, okay? This is customer demand at HSN. They wanted bigger and longer. And I've got the 100 foot. Now, 9 pounds, 8 pounds. I can wear them like bracelets. What other garden hose could you have? 125 foot, 100 foot, and just lift them up because they are so lightweight. But Guy, super, super strong. I can't emphasize how strong these are. And with fall coming, you want to wash the leaves off the drive. Winter coming, you want to get the salt off your car, off your RV. We all know at the moment, hoses all year have been hard to get in the stores. With the Belmont hose, you have got it covered. You just tied a knot in yours. Do you want to see something amazing? I've tied 48 knots, Guy, into this hose here. 48 knots. Now, look.
Oh, no, 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 what? Oh my gosh.
Nothing is gonna stop this hose. Guy, it's like the Terminator of hose pipes. Nothing stops it, no matter what you do to it.
That's the craziest demo I've ever seen. All right, but listen, the bottom line is you want a hose that's easy, right? Convenient, easy to reel in, easy to reel out. Remember what I showed you before? I'm gonna pull a little of this garden hose out. It's actually already tied up and kinked. I wanna show you something. If you come in close to where my hands are right here, the problem with a rubber hose or a plastic hose, once you do that, all right? Once you do that, that hose will have memory there. And every time I bend it, it is gonna bend in that same area, all right? So it's got me, you can see right there. See the memory? See that little divot right there? It's always going to go back there every time, and that's where you get weak points in your hose. When you talk about this hose, because it can never bend like that. It'll never fold in half on itself. I will never get that memory spot no matter what. And I can bend this in any different direction. Not only that, we all know what the true test is, right? You got to reel in your hose. Try reeling this thing in, all right? It's kind of it's a nightmare. It takes up a lot of space. It's always running off the track. I mean, I think you get the idea. Whereas I have got a full 125 feet of hose. I'm gonna reel this in, and I'm gonna show you how this works. This is actually amazing. Even if you'll see kinks, it reels right back in. I'm gonna do this entire thing, all right? Check it out. Even where you see folds in the hose, it straightens itself out because it's 304 stainless. It's got that PVC core. I mean, look at this thing. And then look at how much space it's taking up on my reel. I mean, basically not even half the reel. See how it just straightened that out? It'll straighten those loops out. Don't worry, it'll tighten it up. There it goes. And I've just done my entire hose, and I am done. All right, there you go. That is really why you buy it. If you want the 125, it's gonna be the first to sell out. Get it home. This is a great time of year to buy a hose. You don't have to worry about moving this hose inside or outdoors. If you wanna leave it outside, you're not gonna ruin it. If it's got residual water in it, it freezes up, don't worry about that. Most of the water will drain out because of the design of it. You still get great pressure. And Lorna, what I love too, you really have to go out of your way to damage this hose.
You do, Guy. I've made a little fence post here with barbed wire, just to simulate what might be in your yard. Have you got rose bushes? Have you got rusty nails sticking out of fence posts? Have you got barbed wire? Because this hose can take whatever you throw at it. So I've just literally run it over the barbed wire, but watch. Nothing stops this hose. This is why they sold out earlier in the year. This is why so many people love these hoses. And the fact that HSN customers wanted the bigger one, they said, can you do longer? So Belmont Garden came up with 125 foot. And we just saw you put one on there. Can I show you, Guy, that you can actually put more than one on a hose reel because you can connect them together. They're standard fittings, so you just, I mean, this is taking me seconds. A normal hose, I would be fighting. I'd be struggling. I'd be getting all dirty and tired. This, you just literally connect them together. Very, very easy. And then I can wheel, this was 75 foot. I'm now going to do another 75. And you can see in seconds, I can fit more on this reel if I wanted to. This is the incredible thing about the Belmont hose. Now, Guy, one finger, are you ready? 125 foot of hose with one finger. This is how lightweight this is. But Guy, you mentioned freezing and winter because it is just around the corner. It's September in a couple of days. You don't have to worry with the Belmont hose. Now, I've got a chamber full of ice here, an ice chest. Now, we all know a lot of ice. What happens to the normal hoses when they get frozen in the winter? They crack, they split, they freeze, and they become totally useless.
Yes.
Belmont Garden have thought of that, and they know hoses are all year round. You need a hose all year round. Now, are you ready? I'm just going to show you how much ice is in here. I mean, my neighbors thought I was having a party. I'm not. Now, this is literally coming out of here. It's pulling, I mean, it's still so flexible. All this ice, look at that, in seconds, again, one finger, that hose is so lightweight. Even with the winter coming and all that ice, it's not going to do anything to the hose. All you're going to have is a high-performance hose, 304 grade stainless steel, that's super lightweight, super flexible, stays cooler to the touch than other hoses because it bounces off the sun, rust-resistant, corrosion-resistant. This is top-of-the-range 304 grade stainless steel. Don't be fooled by competitors out there. Competitors don't have our patented part either, which means that the spigot, it's flexible. So then when you pull, it's going to stay on the spigot. It's not going to pop off. And this twist-on, twist-off nozzle, Guy, if you're used to perhaps the gun-style nozzle, the old-fashioned ones, where you have to grab and keep pinching it, this can really put a strain on your hand, on your wrist. It's hard work. Belmont Garden have thought of everything. So twist on a fine mist
so easy.
All the way to a jet spray.
Love it.
And again, what hose, Guy, can you say weighs 9 pounds for 125 feet? Our lightest hose ever, our easiest to use hose ever. And this is why they sold out. But we've brought them back even longer this time.
Love it. I get such a kick out of watching Lorna. She's so funny and adorable when she does all those great demos. Let me just tell you, all right, if you want the 75, I have it available. excuse me, if you want the 100, I have the 100 available. And I also have the 125. If you want the 125, don't wait. This is the most popular. This is the most limited. It's going to be the first one to sell out. So grab this. As I said before, you can always make your hose shorter when you buy the 125, but you can't make the 75 foot any longer. So if you're not sure, get the long. I mean, these are all three the same. They all look about the same, right? They take up about the same amount of space. You might as well get the large one and save the money. It will be worth your purchase to do that. And by the way, they do come in different colors. Comes in green, comes in red, comes in black. I personally don't care what color the nozzle is, but you will get it and you will love it. 095072. Lorna, you always do an amazing job. Thank you, darling.
Thank you, Guy. Have a great week. Thank you for having me.
She's so great. All right, everybody. Hey, really quickly, we were so busy in our first hour. Many of you did not want to wait for your zip snip. One of the greatest tools